Hello, welcome to Identity Talk Show. My name is EJ Nwasasra.
And Theos Gracious Baum.
Thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode. And today's episode, we shall be discussing about modern feminism. And you already know what has been going on in the country for the past week, past month. And there's too much that is going on. And today we shall try our best to make sense of it. We are really not against feminism. I am a firm believer in feminism, and I really love feminists. Some feminists, not all. I really love some feminists and the work they have really done to empower the young women and the girls out there. They have really taught them how to get on their feet, fight for their rights, and take up these positions that they always initially never used to take up, and they used to fear some leadership positions. I love that kind of movement and that kind of advocacy that has been done. I have worked with some feminists. I know them. I really appreciate their energy and their work they have put in. And girls have come to realization of the power that they hold. But then I have also a challenge with some of what I call the modern feminists. I think we had some feminists initially in the past talk of women like Miriam Matembe, Honorable Miriam Matembe. She challenged women. She told them what men can do, like these services, these positions that we think we cannot do, we can actually take them up. If a man can be a doctor, a girl, if you were passionate about being a doctor, you can as well go study and take up that course and become a doctor, and no one will touch your hand. If you want to become a lawyer, go for it. And she told them how to take responsibility and to be accountable for their lives. She gave her example of where she grew up. The father never wanted to teach the girls, and she thought that there are only boys who are fit to be educated. But she said, Dad, I have to go to school. On top of that, she said, I have to be a lawyer. She told him, she challenged the status quo. She went and she did law, and nothing happened. And she was a woman, and of those back days. So
she's one of the successful women now.
Exactly, we all look up to, and she advocated for women to take accountability. But now here comes my challenge, my very challenge. We have this wave of feminists that have come up.
Modern feminists.
They are not actually teaching these young girls and our sisters how to be accountable for their life, how to take charge, how to take responsibility of what is happening, how to go for anything they want. But what they're actually doing, they are teaching them victimization, how to be victims. They're teaching them how to blame everything that happens in life of a girl, in life of other young women.
They put all the blame on the other gender.
Exactly. It's either a man that has caused that. If not a man, it's either the government is not doing enough. If it's not the government, it's either the traditions, it's either the culture. I don't know. How are we going to go back those days?
Do we still call that feminism? Or I always like to use a word of sellouts.
Sellouts?
These are women that have been recruited by certain people that have their agenda to destroy society. I don't think we should even call it feminism, because they come with this feminine nature,
that's how they tag themselves as feminists.
They want to tag themselves under that umbrella of feminists. But when in actual sense what they are doing is destroying society and destroying the generation of young women that are really growing up and trying to thrive through this generation. Because the truth is, women have won big because of feminists. And if you really look at what has been going on in the country, we have a lot of women that have emerged to be one of the greatest women in our country. We have the Prime Minister, she's a woman. We have the Speaker of the Parliament, she's a woman. And if you listen to those people keenly and very well and listen to what they advocate for and what they talk about, it's not what the so-called modern feminists actually really advocate. So that's why I was asking, do we still call them feminists, or it is a kind of a group that is really emerging among women and trying to put a blame on society, put a blame on the other gender, which is the male gender, or put a blame on the government, just to make sure that their agenda really goes through in the generation? Because trust me, The generation is dying. Though.
Well, you see, what I'm seeing also, I think these other old women that started this movement of advocating for this doctrine of the rights of women should come up.
Yeah.
Should come up and talk about this thing. But the most unfortunate bit of it is that I've seen even some old women, actually, the models whom these girls and ladies should be looking up to, they're also still in that category of blaming. They are not teaching them that you have to take charge as a lady. You have to know your value, know your worth, take accountability. If you wake up one night and you say, this is the goal I want to achieve in life, you can actually go pursue it and make it without blaming anyone for sabotaging. Actually, women hold a lot of power. They can do anything. They can do wonders. They have proven to be the best leaders. They have proven to be the best managers.
I've always had this discussion with some people. And I've always told them that if women really knew what they are capable of, the power that they hold, I mean, some women would, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it, but women out there, if you're really watching this, you hold a lot of power in society. You're the one that you're the reason why we exist.
Yeah, sure.
There is one woman called Hilaria. She's one of the comedians. She was like, there are women, there is these men who have turned not to be men, and they call themselves women, and she's saying the society is underlooking the real women and giving much attention to the people who were born biologically men.
Exactly. You see, this is the problem I wanted to bring in. You said that they are not feminists, but now the problem is they tag themselves as feminists.
Yes.
And they are the majority. So they are overshadowing the old ones who really had the good intentions for the young girls and the women.
Yes.
And the era we are in is the era of technology, internet, social media. And these women, these ladies actually have numbers on their social media platforms.
Yes, for
and
sure.
they are followed by our young sisters. And they are looked at as role models. And they are saying all these things to them. So they are being looked up as big people who should be influencing others. They have the numbers. Because
they do have influence.
Yes, and now they are giving all this toxic energy to the young ones. Now that's my worry. So how can we combat this? And for me, I think actually the problem is what I think what is causing all this feminism and bring a lot of chaos into it. Actually, you said it should not be called feminism. Actually, so I think the problem is we are having a wave of all these, I want to choose my words carefully because this is a really sensitive topic because I don't want to be attacked from here.
I know.
Because the reality is, this is according to my own observation, analysis, and what I've come to understand, is the reason that's why we are facing these challenges. We are having a wave of young ladies who maybe have been in a certain relationships at, let's say, their early morning ages, and they have been hurt, and or maybe we have these other young women who, let's say you are hanging out, you're in bars, and you produce maybe a baby whom you don't even aware of the father. So we have all that wave of all those young girls who come up.
The wave of single mothers.
Yes, single mothers.
But who have not been married.
And I'm not saying that being a single mother is bad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying single mothers who have not been married.
Yes.
There is a difference.
But
because you may get married.
Yes.
And then your husband dies.
And divorce. Yeah, or dies.
You become a single mother.
Okay, whatsoever. Or you say you separated from your husband. So the thing is that those people may be this is what I come to understand of it. So they are bringing all that energy. Maybe they were hurt by those men, or else they were out having fun, and maybe perhaps they don't even know who is the father of the child. So they are bringing all that hate, all that negative energy. They have not healed from it. They have not embraced the change. They have not embraced what happened, and they are spreading all that negative energy.
It comes to
on social media. And you see the worst thing is that most of those people all turn into feminists, turn into advocates. So they start advocating, women power, women energy, men, you're not taking your responsibilities. I mean,
It all starts from making a mistake.
Yes.
And sleeping with unresponsible person.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you think that at the end of the day, all men are
All men are
irresponsible.
responsible.
Because the first mistake you did was being irresponsible.
Exactly.
And sleeping, choosing irresponsible man to give birth with. And when that person fails to give child support and take care of the child, you find that all men are actually like that.
And you're forgetting that the first irresponsible person was actually you.
Yes, because you're the one who had to take responsibility
You
from
had
day
to take
one.
responsibility.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a firm believer of women who have value for themselves. You attach your value, attach a price to yourself. You cannot say that you can be taken by everyone, anywhere, anything, because you've seen maybe some little money, some a very good, nice ride, so you go with that wave and you don't know the person. So when you make that decision, first of all, you're first person to be irresponsible. And what hurts me most is you're not reconciling with your own irresponsibility and heal from that trauma and make peace with your mistakes and embrace them and learn from them and start telling other. This is now the lesson I should be expecting from such a lady. Now become a feminist and tell your fellow girls, please take accountability of your life. Know the people you hang out with. Know what you want. Pursue your dreams. Go for your goals. Go for your education. Graduate. Go. Know what you want. Let the right person look for you. Know you're worthy. That's the kind of energy I'd be expecting from them. This happened to me. They shouldn't be happening to you. But now it's the other way around. So they come and say, you see what, this happened to me. Never trust men. Men are trash. Men are dogs. We have over 30 billion men in the world. Have you slept with 30 billion men?
30 million.
For you to spread all that hate and that negativity, I think that's the biggest problem we're having. And my biggest concern is that you pass all that energy to the children, the innocent kids.
Which is
you're sowing a seed. So now this is how the generation now all goes into that direction. When you sow that seed to the young ones, they grow up knowing that. That's why you interact with girls, especially girls from single parenthood. They tell you, me, I can never get married. What my dad did to us, even when she or he didn't see the dad. But because this lady has not taken really accountability to show the girl that, you know what, this happened, I couldn't be with your dad because of XYZ, but there are real good people out there. You can take chance, go pursue your goals, don't do this mistake that I did. Instead, they are sowing the negative energy. So I think all ladies out there, please, we have to change the narrative in which we are telling these daughters. And this all modern feminism, I really don't agree with this.
Feminism is it's a very important thing that has ever happened to our society. And I applaud all the people that really advocated for it from the beginning.
I appreciate
because it has done great things for our society in terms of economic growth, in terms of leadership. Because we have had a lot of women that have emerged to be one of the successful women in the world, and they have really caused a great impact in the society and where they live. Let us go back to the drawing board and really try to understand why are these things happening.
True.
And you guys always say that it is an international cake that must reach everyone. Yes, everyone is gonna get heartbroken, but the way you handle your heartbreak at the end of it all shouldn't really affect even people around you. Take responsibility of all the mistakes that you make in life, because at the end of the day, it's you who makes them.
True.
And do not start playing a blame card, and then you start preaching the gospel that is really going to harm our generation and even our kids that are really growing up.
The gospel of hate.
Because the truth is, we need feminists.
100%. I agree.
More than you think. We need you so much.
We need.
But which gospel are you preaching to society? What kind of a generation are we raising?
True.
That's the question that you need to ask yourself. And when you find yourself that is spreading negativity all over, then we are losing it.
You see, about this thing, there's one thing I want to read to you right here about this blame game, negative energy. So recently, I had a friend of mine post something. She posted something on Twitter about this wave of DNA stuff that is going on. Men are finding out the children are not theirs. It has been a lot of chaos here in Uganda, those that have been following. So this lady posted something on Twitter, and she said, I am not mad about the women behind the failed DNA test. I am mad about the men on respecting African culture. Can you imagine? Is this really fair? A man has found out he has 15 kids and 11 are not his, and now you're telling him, I blame you. Why did you go for DNA? Instead of telling these women that, look, what is the root cause of all this? Why did your woman go out? And what brought this? How can we reconcile? But you're saying, I blame you. Why are 11 kids here? Let me continue. I am mad about the men not respecting African culture. The Batol already resolved this before we moved to the interlacustrine region. Names like Kisembo don't mean gift from God, they mean gift from the neighbor. Then I saw this tweet. This is what I responded to her. I asked a question. I said, I would like to be educated on this. Why is it that when it comes to issues like this of DNA testing, splitting bills, because this has been also a topic, splitting bills, sharing responsibilities is when women remember that the culture and tradition, that's when they remember that there is culture and tradition. But when it comes to sharing property 50-50, they abuse the same tradition and culture. That was my question, because I'm wondering, when we are talking about DNA, now she's saying we no longer respect the traditions and culture because people never used to go for DNA. When they talk about splitting bills, they're like, a man was supposed to take care of the entire bills. I agree, I'm not disagreeing, but then my argument is that when it comes to sharing property 50-50, then you also abuse the culture and you bring the Western values. This is what she responded to me. She said, we are all hypocrites. Let's accept each other and live together in harmony with our gifts.
I think it all starts with being untrustworthy.
Yeah.
You're waking up in the morning and you're getting married to someone that you don't love. Because trust me, if you really wake up and make a decision of moving in with a person, to me, I believe that from the deepest part of your heart, you must be loving that person. And you must be ready to spend the rest of your life with that person. But then you're reaching in the marriage and you're bringing kids from the outside. And the man of the house has only 2 kids among the 10 kids that you are having. First of all, you cannot tell me that it was a mistake, because cheating has never been a mistake.
It can't be a mistake.
It is a planned move that you wake up in the morning and you put in a lot of energy and time to plan, to make sure that you go and cheat. And do it once. It's understandable. But not only once. You've gone for the second time, you've gone for the third time. 6 kids. And on top of that, you're getting pregnant of a man who is not the person who brought you in his house and is like, you know what, I am getting married to you. I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you. You know, even if this man doesn't really produce, even if this man is incompetent of producing, you have to sit on a round table and discuss and communicate, because when you communicate, you get a solution to the problem. But not leaving me in a loop and then you go and get children from the outside, and when we have a disagreement, that's when you remember to tell me that all the kids you have are not mine. Because now if you tell me that, and I am a man who really treasures my family and who really treasures my life and my mental health, I will always go and be sure of the kids that I have, if they are really mine. And if the DNA turns out negative,
you see, who is to blame? All this DNA thing really made me think, because one thing I have real no kind words for the. To be honest, I have no kind words for the woman. You find that you have 6 kids and not for the man. I have nothing sympathize with you, honestly, because you will never tell me.
And actually, man is not aware of it.
There is nothing you will ever convince me that a lady cheated by mistake, because this is something that you don't. You're not a cow that you are moving on the way and they grabbed you. I mean, it's not an accident that you're on the road and they knocked you.
Cheating is
it is something that you plan, make calls, do texts, get what put on for a week, plan the place where you're going to meet. Like, how can that be a mistake? It can never be a mistake. Why don't you tell a man that you don't want them? Okay, maybe we are wrong, because this is our opinion, so we don't know. But for me, I can never have any sympathy words for that woman. But my really big concern is that innocent kid. Those innocent kids, they have nothing they did. They are really, and now you're putting them in their in your chaos as family. Really, fathers, mothers, husband, wives, let's reconcile and see how we can get on top of this game. We see how we can get the remedy of this thing, because man, me kids really worry me so much. And
yeah, because now EJ, imagine waking up in the morning, you've grown up with me.
Yeah,
I am your father. You've known me for the rest of your life that I am actually
you're my father.
Your father. You're now 20 years
Now
old.
20.
And now the tables have turned.
Yeah.
And now your mom is telling you, actually, Theos is not your father. And is now taking you to your real father. I mean, bonding with that new father is something that is very, very hard.
At 20, remember, maybe you're also planning your other future. I have something you're chasing. Maybe you have a girlfriend or you have kids already. Your plan, they also need you. You have to bond with them, and you also have to bond with some other old muzei who's now a new father into your life. Try to say that, let me allow that this is my new father. At 20, it's really hurting, and I don't think it's something. I have something to show you. Like I've been telling you, that these women we really go to when we need maybe advice that we think they have things to really tell us and see how we can get on top of these things, the chaos that is happening. One lady, I'm sure you know this person. She's a minister, because she has come up with several statements and which are very, very big. She's called Honorable Sarah Pendi. She's the chairperson of the Women Parliamentary Association. On such matters, we really hope that such associations come up and they say, what is causing this? How can we resolve this so that we have stable families? But still, the thing I hate most, the blame game, and not telling our young girls and women to take accountability of their lives and to take accountability of the mistakes they did. This is what she said. This DNA thing is tearing families apart. I agree. Honorable colleagues, this looks like a simple matter, but watch out. That was Sarah Pendi warning. So she said, with corruption in this country, somebody will go and buy off the lab person, and they produce DNA results showing that Honorable's children do not belong to her husband.
Who does that? We have been married
and
for 10
scenarios,
years.
remember these scenarios, all that we've had are kids that have been grown up. You've invested all that.
Yes.
Why would you buy out a laboratory?
And you buy a laboratory
all the
guy.
kids that you've invested in emotionally, your assets and everything, for this? This is again the blame game that I don't like. Instead of saying that this has happened, how do we handle this? How do we come on top of this game? What is causing this in families? Women, as the head of the Uganda Women Parliamentary Forum, you make some meeting with the women, talk to them what is happening, and come on top of this game. But you're the one blaming. Really, for me, I really don't see this working.
Modern feminism is something that has been infiltrated so much in such a way that there are people who have their agendas that they are actually trying to put in a society. The truth is, if you look at what is going on in the world of today, they are trying so much to destroy the family. And when they destroy the family, that means that actually the human race is being wiped away. And we need to try and understand so much and go back to our norms and our cultures and know what we're supposed to be doing, what a family man is supposed to be doing, and what a family woman is supposed to be doing. And then we start teaching our children what is necessary for them to make sure that we build strong families that last. And I believe this is going to help us.
Absolutely.
Feminists who are there and you're still on the course and you're not the sellouts, and they haven't really got to you, please try your level best and make sure that your name is not destroyed in just stupid things. I'm sorry to call them stupid things because I don't call it feminism. I believe that there is an agenda that people have, or I don't know. But anyone that has that agenda is to destroy families and destroy the society, both African society, because the Western society is already in turmoil.
I also really agree with you 100%. I think women out there who have done this for some time, my friends, these feminists that I've worked with, some of them, the likes of Honorable this lawyer, this former lawyer, the activist, Honorable Miriam Matembe. Please, you should come up and share with these young ladies and tell them how this is done, how you did this thing. The likes of Professor Magichi goes, you've been feminist for so long and you're doing great. You've empowered very many young girls there. You're the role models that we look up to. We really call upon you. We still need you. You have to come and address these issues. Otherwise, we are losing out very future mothers. We are losing out the strong ladies of this generation to blame, to real being so weak and not having value for their own lives and not attaching that price and not knowing the powers they have. One last one. I saw even this other minister for primary health care, Margaret Manga. For her, she suggested that she said that she has advised men to stop going for DNA paternity test, saying that it is not beneficial for the well-being in the country. I rest my case. I don't know. People bring some advice, I think, also to these women, because if you say they should stop this, then what are you advising your fellow women? What are you telling them to continue doing what they are doing, and as the government is stopping DNA? Okay, let me agree with you. Let the government stop DNA. Then which advice are you putting up for your fellow women? I've not seen the forum come up and say something about what women should do or advising them. All they are saying is that the laboratories are being corrupted, the DNA should be stopped. Then which advice are you giving your fellow men? I think you should come up and teach these women how to be accountable. I know some women are very powerful. They have shown us how they are great in positions of leadership and business. We trust you, and I trust feminism and feminists that are doing it right. They are going to do this. Let us know what you think of this. We've got to go right now. We are on social media platforms. Check us out on YouTube, The Identity Talk. Check us out on Twitter, The Identity Talk. Subscribe on our platform channels, like and share with friends that need this information. I know there are very many people out there that would like to have a view on what we've been discussing about. We shall create that platform for you. We are on Instagram, our Twitter channel. You can find me at EJ Wasasira on all of our social media platforms. You can connect with me. You can engage me on these conversations. We can get to talk.
Yeah, and for men out there, I just beg you one thing. Let's go back to where men used to be men. Let us be men. And when I say that let us be men, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I am Theo's Gracious Bam, and you can follow me on all social media platforms and at Theos Baham, everywhere on social media platforms.
Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. It's been nice catching up with you guys.